Emotional protests erupting in Southern California and across the nation after the Supreme Court gets rid of a constitutional right to an abortion and says states can choose to ban them if they want to. You see right there, the 110 freeway is closed as protesters are moving on the freeway. Christy Fajardo is moving with them. She begins our coverage live in downtown L.A. Christy.
Yeah, Alex, we're actually on the 110 freeway, as you mentioned, and we're approaching the 101-510 interchange, if that gives you an idea of where we are. This actually started at noon at the federal courthouse. There was a protest there. They were joined by other protests that had also been called in the city, and then they started marching through downtown Los Angeles, ultimately making their way onto the 110 freeway, as you can see here. And now they are on the move. And surprisingly, if we pan over to our left, you might notice that there are people on oncoming traffic, people coming in the opposite direction that are honking in support. A lot of frustrated people, though, behind us who are crawling right now on the 110 freeway on their way home from work. And I got to tell you, they have been calling all day long for the reversal of the Supreme Court ruling. They've been chanting, stand up for abortion rights and take to the streets. Now they've taken to the highway. And I've got to speed up here because we're actually at the very back of the protest right now. And there is two cars that are trying to slow the traffic here behind us, but I'm falling behind them, so if I sound a little winded, that's why. I'm walking fast to try to keep up with the crowd. So far, we've not seen the LAPD here. We did see a very light police presence on the streets as they were making their way down to the freeway, but so far on the highway itself, no CHP or LAPD at this point. But you can see how massive this crowd is. Not sure where they're heading, perhaps onto one of these other freeways that are coming up. That remains to be seen. But again, this grew over the course of the day. In the very beginning, we were talking a crowd of about maybe 100 to 200. It just ballooned from there. They're also telling us that they're planning protests all weekend long. So they plan to make their voices heard. And now we can hear them. They're back to chanting, "Rise up for abortion rights." Rise up is what they're saying. I don't know if you can make that out. But a very large crowd on the 110 freeway right now protesting and calling for a reversal of the Supreme Court ruling.
Christy Fajardo, thank you. What photographer are you working with? Because he deserves a shout out.
I'm working with James, yes. Yeah. And earlier you mentioned how we were getting our steps in. Well, he's doing all of that backwards.
Backwards with the camera on and the backpack. James is the MVP of the day. Nicely done. And also our security, too. Okay. Our security has also been very helpful. Important stuff. All right, Christy, that is a wild picture. Stay safe out there. We will continue to check in with you throughout the night.